Salut mon pote, ça va ou quoi? This video will be for you to understand, finally understand, please, the difference in French between mode et temps. This is a topic that is very frustrating for me because this is something that you should get at the beginning of your learning journey. But I see some students, even in B1, B2 levels, who still don't really understand this because teachers don't explain this to them. And for me, according to me, this is something that is not too difficult to get. And so in this video, I will really try my best to give you my mindset about the logic of what is a mode and the temps in French grammar. So there will be no confusion for you in the future. We will take this opportunity to just briefly review the 4 modes of the French grammar, the French language. Okay? This video will not be about a full review of when to use each mode, okay? Because each mode requires its dedicated video. Obviously, these are big topics, and we will not see how to conjugate verbs, okay? This video, there will be no exercises, no pen, no paper for once. I just want you to put the video in full screen, put any distraction away, and just listen, and please try to understand the logic. This will be the key to mentally understand conjugation way easier in the future, okay? A lot of students don't understand this, and today I will do my best to make you understand this. Okay, let's look at this sentence right here. Je mange des fraises. So, I am eating some strawberries, right? Des fraises, strawberries. Le verbe manger, here, the verb je mange. This is, what tense is it? Usually we call it présent, right? We say that je mange is conjugated at présent. This is this verb right here. But you might have heard from time to time présent de l'indicatif, right? Why do we say this? Why do we call this présent de l'indicatif? Well, because indicatif is a family of many different tenses. This will be the heart of this video. When I say j'ai mangé des fraises, I ate in the past some strawberries. J'ai mangé, c'est quel temps? What tense is this? Passé composé, right? J'ai mangé, c'est du passé composé. Well, if I want it to be super clear, super honest, we should say passé composé de l'indicatif. Because just like présent, passé composé belongs to a big family that is called indicatif. Same goes when I say je mangerai des fraises. This is futur simple, je mangerai, right? I will eat some strawberries. To be fair, I should say, by right, futur simple de l'indicatif. So, what is really indicatif? Indicatif is what we call un mode, okay? Un mode is a family of different tenses. And in one mode, you have different tenses. So this is the heart of the difference that I want you to get. And you will understand why this is so important. When we talk about présent, passé composé, imparfait, futur simple, etc., these are conjugation tenses. Ce sont des temps. These are temps. And they all belong to one mode that is called l'indicatif. Alright? The thing is that, as we will see later, for example, présent, present tense, other modes also have présent. So there is not just one présent in French. There is one présent for indicatif and one présent for every other mode. We're going to review this a bit afterwards. You can think about mode. Listen, one way to think about them that I like is as like parallel dimensions that we will switch from one to the other depending on the type of things that we want to express and how we want to carry the ideas that we want to say in French, okay? So you can think about them as parallel dimensions. You can think about them as planets as well, like this is a world that is called indicatif, this is a world that is called subjonctif, a world that is called conditionnel, and a world that is called impératif. You will see later why I call them worlds, okay? You can conceptualize them as you wish, okay? Personally, I like the idea of parallel dimensions. And so in French, we have 4: indicatif, subjonctif, conditionnel, impératif. These are the 4 modes of the French grammar. All right? Très bien. Reviewing the first one, indicatif. Like I said, indicatif is the most common one. This is the first one that you learn, and this is the one that includes most of the tenses that we use all the time, like présent, passé composé, imparfait, futur simple, etc. Indicatif is the most common one because it is the mode of what I like to call like the real world, the things that are happening in real life, in the real world, the thing that I can touch, that I can really understand with normal senses. Par exemple, when I say je mange des fraises, I eat some strawberries, I am not imagining something or anything. It's like in the real world, in real life, I eat strawberries. When I say j'ai mangé des fraises, passé composé, the fact that I was eating strawberries happened in the past, but still it happened in the real world. Even though it was in the past, it was in real life, right? When I say je mangerai des fraises, futur simple, it is in the future, but the future of the real world. It's like tomorrow or next week or next month or next year. Regardless of when it will still happen in the real world. And when I say it will happen in the real world, what I mean is the real world grammatically, from a grammatical point of view. Okay, this is like a switch that you have to do in your brain. We're talking in terms of grammar. All the things happening in indicatif are happening in the real world. And this is kind of why the ideas of planets, I mean, I'm using the picture of planet to express the idea of different worlds, okay? Because it's like indicatif is something like the planet on which I feel like, I don't know if I'm making this way more difficult than it should be with my planet comparison or no. But for me it works, but I don't know if it's just for me. No, I think it's okay. The idea that I'm trying to explain is that when I use présent, passé composé, imparfait, futur simple, it's as if I was on a planet of the real thing happening in real life, but not in the other modes. Why? Because if I look at subjonctif, for example, the big topic of the B1 level in French, subjonctif is one mode that has 4 tenses, but actually only 2, because 2 of them we never ever use them, so I don't even consider them. So let's say that subjunctive has 2 tenses. So once again, it's one mode that has 2 tenses. By the way, one of these tenses is présent. So when you just say présent grammatically, actually it doesn't mean anything. If you want it to mean anything, if you want it to mean something, you should say présent de l'indicatif or présent du subjonctif. You know what I mean? But we just, to make it easier in everyday life, when we just say présent without precising which one we are talking about, it is because we're talking about the main one, the indicatif one. Okay? So subjunctif is like a different planet, a different world, okay? A different mode. I'm just giving you one example here that I made and that I personally like. Let's imagine a mom and her child. The mom says, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle, to her child. Je veux is like, I want you to clean the dishes, to do the dishes. Faire la vaisselle. Je veux is conjugated in présent de l'indicatif. Why? Because this action of wanting something is happening in the real world. The mother, she wants right here, right now, in the real world. This is really happening. But what about faire la vaisselle? What about it? Is the boy doing the dishes? No, he's not actually. The action right here is to clean the dishes, but the boy doing the dishes is not happening in the real world. where is it happening? It's happening in a way when I say je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle, I want you to do the dishes. It's like the boy doing the dishes is happening in her imagination. It's not real. He's not actually really doing the dishes right now in the real world. He's doing the dishes in the world of what the mother would want to happen, in the hypothetical world that the mother would like to happen. Okay? And guess what? This world is called subjunctive. This is the word of subjunctive. Not only, but you get my point, I'm oversimplifying a bit for the sake of the argument, right? And that's what I mean, like suddenly we're not in the real world anymore. We are not in the same dimension. We are in the dimension of hypothetical things that might happen, like another world, which is called subjunctive. Okay? With a world with different tenses and different conjugations. Okay? That's the idea that I want to convey in this video. That modes are really different dimensions that contains different tenses inside of them. Okay? This is why when we speak, we switch from indicative to subjunctive like this in one sentence. Okay? Donc, if I look at the sentence, je veux que tu fasses la vaisselle, I want you to do the dishes, I can say, I am allowed to say, le verbe vouloir est conjugué au présent de l'indicatif. Okay? Vouloir is conjugated at présent de l'indicatif. Je veux. Et le verbe faire, okay, que tu fasses, is conjugated at présent du subjonctif this time. So actually, both verbs are conjugated at present tense. Only one is in the world of indicatif, the other one is in the world of subjunctive. Alright? Très bien. This is really heavy grammar conceptualization. Very abstract grammar conceptualization. Okay? Mode number 3, conditionnel. So conditionnel has 3 tenses, but actually one of them we never use, so I don't even talk about it. We can consider that conditionnel has 2 tenses, présent et passé. So actually, once again, a new present tense, but in conditionnel. Quickly, conditionnel is the mode for things, oversimplifying a bit once again, but for the sake of the argument, is the world of things that will happen under certain conditions. Okay? Par exemple, si j'avais faim, je mangerais une pomme. Okay? If I was hungry, I would eat an apple. So, I would eat an apple exists only under a condition. The condition is that I am hungry. So, if I was hungry, I would eat an apple. So, this condition of being hungry right here would need to be met for the boy to eat an apple. And this is why je mangerai is conjugated at conditional tense. Okay? At this point, I don't go much in detail anymore because it's not the purpose of the video. It's just a brief introduction to the concept of different modes in French. The last one that I personally don't like and that I find very strange in French, and that you already know because you learn it at the beginning of A1 level usually, is imperatif. We have 2 imperatifs, présent et passé. And it is the mode of giving order to people, as you know. Giving advice or instructions or order, like mange une pomme, eat an apple. Okay? So these are the 4 dimensions, the 4 worlds, the 4 planets. And in a same sentence, like this one right here, we can switch from one mode to the other depending on what we want to convey. Depending on, am I talking about real things or imaginary things or things that would be met under certain conditions or orders, instructions. Okay? The point of the video was really to introduce you, really for you to get that subjunctive is not a tense. Subjunctive is a mode, it's a family of tenses, and that conditionnel and imperative are the same. Okay, this is really for those of you who are comfortable with abstract grammar and who need this to understand what's behind the conjugation. Okay, just like me. Ça va? I hope that wasn't too abstract for you, and I hope some of you who were watching up to the end really got some insight from this. If you are interested to take private lessons with me in my private classes, I am not as abstract as in this video, so if I can reassure you, you can check this on my website as well as the full A1, A2 and B1 courses. Vas-y, ciao mon pote, à bientôt, prends soin de toi, bisous à tous.